Did the video work?
Yes. We're gonna be good.
Oh, I will give myself to you. To let you go. Let go. Give me your heart, your tongue. You'll be satisfied. Take me, take love, get lost inside.
Hey guys, if you're already with us, we're glad you're here. The band is almost done warming up. We are playing a little bit of Gaga Ball. We're going to be praying in a little while, as always. So if there's something we can pray for you about, we sure want to. Don't hesitate to text me. My phone number is 520-335-7425. I would love to pray for you. I'd love to do that too. So again, you can text us anytime you want to. But we're going to get started here in about 7 minutes or so. So hang tight. We love y'all. We're glad you're here. Hey, y'all, we're about to get started. Ten seconds. What do you want? Huh? Try and get any seeds. No? That's even freakier doing that by itself. Do some more praying up here in the loft. All right, I got some cool stories. What's going on this week? What you got, Gabe? I placed third in dishes. Nice, man. That's awesome. You get like a medal trophy? You got a medal. Sweet. And you didn't wear it tonight?
No, I didn't.
You should. You
There's one of those old ribbons.
Oh, okay. So if you break the medal, you put the next time wear it. I'm gonna see you. It's cool. Yeah, anytime you win a trophy or medal or something, I give you permission to wear it to church if I like to see that stuff. All right, it's cool. So, Scott.
This is about my school's track team. So tonight is the district meet. So this morning in athletics there was a fight. So a lot of people who were participating in the fight are in track. So they got kicked out. So they're probably gonna win. We're probably gonna lose.
I would think so. Yeah, that's. What was the fight over?
It was a play fight, but then I wasn't in there, and then apparently our head coach came in and yelled at the top of his lungs.
Gotcha. Okay.
A bunch of people bolted out.
So they were fighting, but not really fighting, but
Yeah.
okay, that's good. Still sad. Yeah, Jackson. Nice. How's that feel?
Pretty good.
Does your mouth feel really big now?
Not really.
No?
It's the same. It's
Okay.
easier to eat, nothing
Good.
dripping out.
Have you chewed any gum yet?
I've been chewing gum yet.
You know,
Okay. How long did it take you to fall?
30 minutes.
it took you 15 minutes the first time. We got to
Well, the first time, but over the course of the whole, how long did you guys stay?
got an hour.
Okay. So you felt at least an hour. Okay. Well, good. All right, that's not bad, Justin. Good job. Shouldn't be your first time. It's fun. So, Scott, baby.
I got a second piercing in my ear.
Congratulations.
Without a parent's permission.
Without your parents?
No, I had permission, but my parents weren't there.
So you kind of did an adult thing.
Yeah. This is the same trip. The mall.
Wow. This is a big day, man.
Yeah.
You didn't let West give you here either, right? That's good. Yeah, that never goes well, so don't do that. Ever. What you got, JT? Nice. Good. Is Jesus an arm again? Oh no. Yeah. But I don't want to hear about you armbarring Jesus because that doesn't sound good either, right? Okay. Fair enough. Ken, did you have your hand raised?
Yeah.
What you got?
So I had my wisdom teeth out this past weekend, and when they went in, they found 2 extra teeth in my mouth, so they had to take those out. So.
Wow.
It was really gross. They asked her to let me take them home and everything.
So does your mouth feel bigger now?
No, it just hurts.
Sorry.
Not good.
So they took 6 teeth out of your face. Awesome. Very good. Did the tooth fairy come to see you?
Sadly, no. My parents, they paid for the surgery, so.
That's good. All right, let's go.
My team's first airsoft games next weekend.
Sweet.
And after about a week, we got our jerseys.
That'd be fun. You know, what fun. So what do you like? Does everybody have a standard gun? Or you guys get your own stuff?
We're still deciding.
Okay, cool.
There's only 5 of us.
That's cool. So Sydney.
Okay, so this is kind of cool, kind of scary, kind of stressful, but good now.
Okay.
My sister's school got put on lockdown today at like 3:40. It was a true thing. Some student brought a gun and, showed their friend, the friend told their parents told the schools, and they've been on lockdown. They just got out. Everyone's fine, which is the cool part.
They just now got out.
Yeah, they just now got out. It's crazy. But she's happy because she doesn't want to talk about this. So. There's also that, nothing happened.
No, yeah, no, that's very cool for sure.
Exactly, yeah.
Awesome. What you got, Maddie?
So far, it's like building like, and my partner almost fell off like a 10-foot ladder. That was really funny.
Wow. What was he doing?
He was filming.
Oh, okay. That's good. Anybody else? What you got? You did. How's that feel? It was last week. He turned 13. So yeah. He's not lying.
Yeah.
It is weird that I know that and you don't, though. That's kind of What you got, Doug? Say again? You got braces. So did they give you Jackson's braces? How did they feel so far? Where'd you go? Oh, gosh. So it's down. It feels really weird. You have a journey out there, right? Okay. Talk to Jackson about that. Apparently he mastered it, okay? Good. Lily, you got? Nice. You did, Eric. I'm sorry I didn't notice that earlier. Yes, it looks very, very nice. You're just rocking a whole new look today. So,
3 days without my glasses, 2 of which were absent.
did that go okay? How many things did you walk into?
None,
Good.
thankfully, but, there were a few things.
And how many words did you not read?
Several, I got my PE teacher.
What are we talking about?
My dad tried that,
Okay.
and it didn't work. He said that was like 2 minutes.
This could be an interesting life for you. Last call. Anybody else? What you got? You fell on your butt today. See, these are the kind of cool stories we like. So what happened? Okay. Yeah, when we say cool story, sometimes it means something, but it's usually I did something to destroy myself today. So that's good. Very good. All right, awesome. So let's do some announcements. We're going to break into programs, okay? First announcement. Oh, yes, Forge and Bloom Group through the rest of the school year, but we're excited this coming Sunday. This past Sunday, we just met, kind of got used to each other again, kind of talk about the process. But this coming Sunday, we're actually starting a new series. It's called The Creed. We're really, really excited about it. Half of it is a video series. You're not going to be just listening to me and Kate talk to you about stuff. You're going to listen to a really, really great preacher named Matt Chandler. He lives up in Louisville. Great, great dude. He'll do the teaching. It's like a 15-minute video, and we'll talk to it. By talk to it, I mean, like, you know, it's not us teaching you stuff. Us asking questions and us just discussing through it. Really, really good time. Guys, we always start in the weight room group briefly, so if you want to come and hang out, just show you all just one new exercise if you don't know anything about that. And then we dive into the scriptures. Girls, y'all do, I don't know, whatever girls do. So, I don't care. So that's completely up to Kate. But at Forge and Bloom starts at 5 o'clock on Sundays. It's over at 6 o'clock, 6-ish. It should be done at 6 o'clock. So really, it's just an hour. It's a great time together. Just come through all that. It's just a different experience. It's different in the fact that, you know, Sunday mornings we divide you by age and gender. Sunday nights you're still divided by gender, but you're all together people. So every time you come to church, it's a different sort of experience, which is the goal, among other things. Okay, so that's Sunday nights. Next thing coming up is camp registrations. I have a bunch of people excited for camp. That's awesome. One of the big questions keeps popping up is, can I use all the money that I earned from laying the floor and other volunteer stuff you've done at the church to go to camp? Absolutely, you can. If you want to do that, even to pay for your deposit I just need your parents to contact me and say, hey, I want to use those funds to do that, and I will give them the code in order to make that happen, okay? But we want you to get signed up for camp. It's June 28th through July 2nd. We're really, really excited about that. Stuff's coming together for us. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. I will tell you one of the fun things we're going to do at camp is called a silent disco.
I know what it is. I did that.
It's pretty neat. So, yeah. I can explain it to you.
Your old dancing with your music in.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, it's going to be pretty neat. That's just one of the things. A whole bunch of cool stuff. We went to Lake Levant 2 years ago, which means like a fourth of you have done that camp at all. And then probably another fourth of you were there. Remember how fun it was? Since they said, try again, so we're going to try again. It's going to be awesome. Okay. So, again, we want you to sign up for camp. So, get registered. If your parents didn't get my email last week to do that, have them contact me. Actually, I haven't checked their junk mail, but then have them contact me. I want to make sure I got them on my email list too. That's really, really important. Okay. What else we got going? So, Seattle. Yeah, we got to get that. Guys, we are going to go to Seattle to the last week of July. We're going to go to Seattle on a mission trip. It's going to be for high school students over students. And everything looks like it's going to happen. Something you can pray about in prayer groups tonight, though, if you're interested in going to Seattle. We're praying that peace is maintained in Seattle. Things have been pretty calm there for the last 9 months or so. If things continue to go well, I'm not going to take y'all to a war, and it's never really a war zone. But there was some pretty crazy stuff that went down in Seattle. I'm going to take the situation. I don't have to. And I don't have to. We want to go to Seattle to support our church plant there. So, again, last week of July, if you're interested in going on the mission trip, the process is you come and do an interview with me or Kate, and then she and I will give you the thumbs up or thumbs down, and we start the process of getting y'all signed out. But again, it's for high school students only. We'd love for you to go if you're interested in that. By the way, sorry, very real possibility we get to go back to Bosnia over December. We're excited about that. And for you juniors and seniors, we are going to Israel in March. So that's something that is you want to start thinking about now, talking to your parents about. We'd love for you to go to the Israel trip too. Obviously, some of the pretty significant expense there, but if you go, I get to go, so I really want you to go. So let's go to Israel, all right? That's a big deal. Last thing, I think, next week, we are officially going to start our set series called Sex to the Max. So you heard that phrase before. Others, you're going, what on earth? That's okay. I promise it'll make more sense next week and over the coming weeks. But for sure, that's starting next Wednesday night. So bring your Bibles. I'm not teaching you anatomy. I'm not teaching you sexual techniques. There's none of that stuff going on. I'm not showing you the slides of diseased genitalia. That's not what I do at church. When I come and teach at your school, sometimes I have to do that, but not. No, we don't do that here, okay? We're going to be talking about what the scriptures say about sex. And I promise you, guys, I promise it says a lot more about sex than just what you're assuming, okay? But I'm going to be a part of that. That starts next week, next segment, okay? Okay, prayer groups. I want to do first name. So I just want to see what happens. If your first name starts with a consonant. Yeah. Consonant is not A, E, I, O, or U, or Y. Yeah. Your first name is not. Your first name starts with a consonant. Raise your hand. Okay. 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 If you are a high school student and your name starts with a consonant in between A and K, there's a lot of factors there. High school, consonant between A and K, you're back there. All right? If you're a high school student and your name starts with a consonant between the letters L and Z, you're back over there. Yeah. Yeah. Junior high student and your name starts with a consonant between A and K, you're over here. everybody else are there. Very good. There was like 4 dollars.
I mean, yes. And no.
Hey guys, if you didn't hear me say this earlier, we're in prayer groups right now. If there's something I can pray for you about, I would love to do that. Shoot me a text message. My number is 520-335-7425. Would love to pray for you. We're glad you're here. Prayer groups will be over here in about 5 minutes, and we're going to get rolling. Got a great praise band tonight, and we're really excited for Jordan to teach tonight too. So hang out with us. We're glad you're here. Why are you not seeing the map? Careful, guys. Pray. Okay. What did I just say? I just stopped. Yeah. All right. Wow.
I just speak number and then I get the and then it goes all and then it's like, I just remember I can have a couple slow for 7th grade. Well,
Yes. 4, 5.
All right, we're getting ready to do this. Sam and Sydney are getting ready to rock for us. It's going to be great. Yes, sir. You are.
guess what song we're singing? You okay? My story is black. I was just saying. Well, he wasn't filming many times. That's true. All right. Hello, everyone. How are you? Thank you, Jordan. Anyway. Okay, let's stand up and worship. If I told you my story, you would hear hope that wouldn't let go. And if I told you my story, you would hear love that never gave up. And if I told you my story, you would hear light, but it wasn't mine.
to tell of him. If I told you my story, you would hear victory over the enemy. And if I told you my story, you would hear freedom that was won for me. And if I told you my story, you would hear life overcome the grave. If I should speak, then let it be of the grace that is greater than all my sin. Of when justice was served and when mercy wins. Of the kindness of Jesus that draws me in. Oh, to tell you my story is to tell of a grace that is greater than all my sin. Of when justice was served and when mercy wins. Of the kindness of Jesus that draws me in. Oh, to tell you my story is to tell of him. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. Give me your heart, give me your song, sing it with all your might. Come to the fountain and you can be satisfied. There is a peace, there is a love, you can get lost inside. Come to the fountain and let me testify. Into the wild canyons of you. Oh, there's a world to fall into. Witness the dance like it's on the moon. Oh, I will give myself to you as soon as you start. Let go. Give me your heart, give me your song, sing it with all your might. Come and fountain, you can be satisfied. There is a peace, there is a love, get lost inside. Come to the fountain, let me testify. Wave after wave, as deep goes too deep. Oh, I'll reveal my mystery as soon as you start to let go. Give me your heart, give me your song, sing it with all your might. Come to the fountain, you can be satisfied. There is a peace, there is a love, you can get lost inside. Come to the fountain, let me testify. There is a peace, there is a love, you can get lost inside. Come to the fountain, let me testify. This mist on the mountain, rising from the ground. There's no denying beauty, makes a sound. We can't escape it, there's no way out. Mist on the mountain, rising all around. Give me your heart, your songs, with all your mind. Come to the fountain, be satisfied. Say peace, say love, get lost inside. Come to the fountain, let me hear you testify. There is a peace, there is a love, you can get lost inside. Come to the fountain, let me hear you testify.
Good now.
All right, see you guys. All right, I have sad news. I have good news, and I've got sad news. The sad news is Jordan picked out a silly video to watch, and I can't get it to transfer to the computer so we can watch it, which is sad because it is pretty funny. So I'll figure out another way to get it posted. Get that sent to you because it is pretty good. Just totally silly, good laugh. I'm sorry about that, Jordan. The good news, though, is that Jordan's teaching tonight, which is super cool. She's a seventh grader. I don't care. That's fun. You can sit. That's totally cool.
No, I'm gonna still.
You can steal that too.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Hey. What's up? So, I have a question. When you hear like the words like, like famous person or like, there's like a public figure, what like people come to your mind? Okay, cool. What else? Okay, yeah.
Maddie says Harry Styles.
Yeah! Anybody else? Okay. Yeah. All right, so open up your Bible to John 7. We'll get back. John 7. All right, so we're going to read verses 1 through 24. After this, Jesus went around in Galilee. He did not want to go about in Judea because the Jewish leaders there were looking for a way to kill him. But when the Jewish festival of Tabernacles was near, Jesus' brothers said to him, "Leave Galilee and go to Judea, so that your disciples there may see the works that you do. No one who wants to become a public figure acts in secret. Since you are doing these things, show yourself to the world." For even his own brothers did not believe in him. So, his brothers are like telling him to go to this festival of Tabernacles. And the funny thing is, his brothers actually like hated him. They like thought he was crazy, like the Jewish people who wanted to kill him. They too wanted to kill him, even though they were his brothers. So they're telling him to go to Jerusalem, to Judea, because they knew that these people wanted to kill him. So they're telling him to go to this place where people want to kill him. And they say, no one who wants to become a public figure acts in secret. Since you are doing these things, show yourself to the world. Well, like all the people that God said, like Harry Styles and Taylor Swift, like none of them compare ever so what to Jesus. And it's kind of funny because his brothers are saying that Jesus wants to become a public figure, when we know for a fact from the Bible that Jesus did not come at all for that. He came to this world wholeheartedly for us. He came to save us from sin, and he came to save us to a new life. So I just think that's kind of cool because he did not come one so bit to be a public figure, but he came for us. So, verse 6. Therefore, no one cannot hate you, but it hates me because I testify that its works are evil. You go to the festival. I am not going up to this festival because my time has not yet fully come. After he had said this, he stayed in Galilee. However, after his brothers had left for the festival, he went also, not publicly, but in secret. Now at the festival, the Jewish leaders were asking and watching for Jesus and asking, "Where is he?" So his brothers go to this festival, but after they go, Jesus goes in secret because the people there are trying to kill him. So it kind of makes sense. But people there are like, "Where is Jesus?" Because I I don't think they're like literally wanting to hear and teach, but they're trying to kill him. And so I think it's funny because you can definitely relate this to real life, because every single day we will be like, God, where are you? Like, why aren't you working in my life when he's right there with you? You just have to have faith and not question his timing and his plan. But, so 13 says, among the crowds there were widespread whispering about him. Some said he is a good man. Others replied, no, he deceives the people. But no one would say anything publicly about him for the fear of the leaders. Not until halfway through the festival did Jesus go up to the temple courts and begin to teach. The Jews there were amazed and asked, how did this man get such learning without having been taught? So he's at the festival, and some people are like saying that he's a good man. Some people are saying no because he deceives people. And then halfway through this festival, he goes up and he begins to preach. And then the Jews are like, how did this man get such learning without having been taught? So listen closely to Jesus' response. He responds to two things throughout this passage. And no matter if like people are just asking a question or if they're like saying something rude to him whatsoever, Jesus' response are full of grace, truth, and love, because he is love. And he would never respond to something like that in a different way. So he says, my teaching is not my own. It comes from the one who sent me. Anyone who chooses to do the will of God will find out whether my teaching comes from God or whether I speak on my own. Whoever speaks on their own does so to gain personal glory, but he who seeks the glory of the one who sent him is a man of truth. There is nothing false about him. Has not Moses given you the law? Yet not one of you keeps the law. Why are you trying to kill me? So he's saying the words he speaks are not words of himself. His teaching is not from him. It is from God, the one who sent him. And he's saying, like, if anyone chooses to do the will of God, that you will find that it's not from you, it's not from man, it is from God above. And he's saying that, then he goes on saying that, has Moses not given you the law? Yet not one of you is choosing to follow it, because we're sinners. And then he says to them, he's like, why are you trying to kill me? And I used to think this is like figuratively, he's literally asking, like, why are you trying to kill me? Because remember, like, these people in Jerusalem, they wanted to kill Jesus because they hated him. Like, they didn't think his beliefs were right, they didn't like him. But then after he tells the crowd, why are you trying to kill me? The crowd answers and like turns it back on him. They're like, you're demon possessed. Who is trying to kill you? Now, Jesus just got called demon possessed by this crowd. Think about this. If we're in real life and someone comes up to you and just goes, you're demon possessed, I don't think that we would respond with God's love. We can say we will, but because we're sinners and we know we are, I don't exactly know. His response is again full of grace, truth, and love, because he is love. And he shares God's love, and he is the light. He gives God's light to these people. So he says to them, I did one miracle, and you were all amazed. Yet because Moses gave you circumcision, you circumcised a boy on the Sabbath. Now if a boy can be circumcised on the Sabbath, so that the law of Moses may not be broken, why are you angry with me for healing a man's whole body on the Sabbath? So he's saying that, like, these people are doing something holy so that the law can't be broken. And Jesus here, he's healing a whole man's body. Something, again, it is far greater than what they're doing, but he's saying that he's doing something as equally holy as they are. So why are they angry with him? And then it says, stop judging by mere appearances, but instead judge correctly. So I think this is like, I don't know, maybe if you see someone and you think like they're like they look like a teacher, or they look like a certain profession, like, oh well, they're this, so they have to be a good person. Not necessarily. Like he's saying to stop judging by mere appearances, but instead judge correctly. So I think that's so incredibly cool. And another thing we have to look at is that God has given us Jesus' life as an example. Not only that, but his teaching. And that whenever the crowd just like asked a question, or they called him demon possessed, or whatever they did, he responded to them with God's grace, his truth, and his love. Because he lived a life full of perfect, and he didn't come here at all for himself. He came here wholeheartedly for us. And that is why he continued to shine light on these people. And back in verse 8, when he said, "My time is not here yet," to his brothers, he knew that it was not his time to die, because he knew that he still had people to shine light on. He still had more of God's love to pour out on these people. And so this is an example for us to follow, because when like sport teams, school, anywhere we are that God's placed us in, we can shine God's love in. We can shine his light on these people. Because where God has put us in these communities, there's people that need it the most. And these people in the communities that God has put us, he's put us there for a reason. And he has a purpose for us to shine his love on them, to give them his grace and truth and love. That is our purpose here and in our communities, our sports teams, and our school teams. And again, Jesus didn't come here at all for himself or to become a public figure or a famous person. He came here for us, to save us from sin, to save us from this world. And in Sunday school a few weeks ago, we learned that, at least I did for the first time, that Jesus lived 32, 33-ish years, and he did absolutely nothing for himself. Like, I think that's so incredibly cool, because we think for ourselves on a daily, weekly, whatever basis. Jesus lived 32, 33-ish years completely selfless, completely doing nothing for himself, because he came here wholeheartedly for us, whether we're going to have faith in his time and his plan, because he is always guiding us through everything we may battle. But it's our choice to say, you know what, God, I give you control. I understand that your plan and your timing is far greater than what I could ever imagine. And so I'm just going to trust you and give you that control. And it's just the amount of faith you're going to put into God. And that even when we're thinking, you know, God has abandoned me, God is not there, he is literally right there. It's your choice to have faith in his plan and his timing. So then, again, in these communities that God's put us in, whether it may be like, even it could be like our group of friends or even like our household, God hasn't put us there just to put us there, or, you know, to let us go through these storms alone. He's put us there to shine God's light and love on these people, because out every step of the way. But again, it's your choice whether you choose to have that faith and make the step of just saying, you know what, God, I give you control. Whether these people ask him a question or they literally call him demon possessed. And that can happen to us in our everyday lives. You know what, people may criticize us or call us names or make fun of us for being Christian or anything we do. Anytime someone says anything to us, it is our purpose and it is our job to share God's light and to pour out his love onto these people. Because they're the people that need it the most. And it can even be someone, like, you're like, oh, well, they're Christian, their life is going great. Well, you don't know what may be going on the inside. So, again, like Jesus said, stop judging by your appearances, but judge correctly. No matter who it is, we are called to share God's love and to shine his light on those around us. And that is our sole purpose. So, Jesus lived so many years doing absolutely nothing for himself. Because, like he said, his time here was not ready to be on. Because even when he knew that he was about to die, he still wanted to pour God's love on these people. Even when he knew he was about to die. That is so incredibly cool. Because, like, I don't think that, like, maybe a few of us would, but, like, knowing that we're sinners, like, if we're about to die, like, we're probably making a same list of, like, things we want to do, people we want to see. I don't think we're going to be like, you know what, my time, I still have time. Let's go share God's love. But that's why God gave us Jesus' life as this example to follow. Because we know that that is what we are called to do. So I have two main points. And that is, even when we feel like God has abandoned us or left us or forsaken us, he is never going to. He is right there by your side, guiding you through these storms and these trials. But you have to have faith and just like be willing to trust in His plan and timing, because we can ever imagine or we can ever think of. And our plans that we want to have in the future, or how many ever times we think blah blah is going to happen in a few years, or whatever we think is going to happen, it's solely up to God. And His plan and what He chooses to do with your life is far better than whatever we think we need. Because He knows what's best for us, because He's a God of love and like faithfulness, and He never ever will keep His promises. So just have faith, and like we know from the Bible that God has kept His promises and He's remained faithful, so we can trust Him and be able to say, God, I know You have control. And then second thing is that God has given us Jesus as an example, so we can do the same. Even when we think, like, judging by mere appearances, that these people don't really need any love right now, they seem perfect, they're the people who really need the most. And even every single person that God put in our lives, from anything, whether that be like sports teams or whatever communities has put you in, He wants you to shine His love. He wants you to spread His love and light, because that's what He's called to do. That is our sole purpose on this. And that is why God has given us Jesus' life as an example, to realize that we are not here on this earth to be selfish or to become things of this world. But we are called to shine God's love to the people and to spread His love, to spread His word. And whether you think that people don't really need it today, or maybe you think you're tired and you just don't want to do it, or so like a big test is coming up, so you need to study for that instead of spreading God's word. Jesus knew He was going to die, and He still continued to share God's love and to pour God's light onto these people. That is so incredibly cool, because it is such a great example for us. So, yeah.
That's pretty awesome, George. Great job. Great job. So I do done that passage whenever Jesus walks into town and He says, like, hey, you guys want to kill me? And they're like, we don't want to kill you. You want to kill Him? But whenever He told them He wants to kill me, they got so mad at Him because they said you want to kill me, that they didn't think wanted to kill Him. So it's a weird bunch of people, man. But I hope you were encouraged. Last week we talked about God's love. Jordan talked about God's love some more tonight. I hope that you walk out here. Maybe you didn't know this. Man, if you don't, you should by now. God really does love you. Like where you're at right now and all of your stuff, whether you're an awesome human being or an okay human being or a train wreck of a human being. That does. He loves you. And truthfully, the vast majority of us are train wrecks. So don't feel like you're on your own. If you're not a train wreck yet, you will be at some point. That's just part of life, all right? So I'm going to pray, and actually, Maddie or Caterade or Katie, I got that video on YouTube, and it's ready to rock. So I'm going to pray, and after we pray, we can watch the silly video. You get a pretty good chuckle out of this thing. Oh, you need to turn that, girls. Yeah, don't fight over the computer. You need to turn the audio back on, though, okay? So, all right, Jesus, thank you for tonight. Thank you for Jordan. Thank you for Sydney. Thank you for Sam and their willingness to share their gifts with us. Thank you for all their work in their lives. God, keep doing that amongst the students. I love when they teach. I love when they lead like this. Bless them for their efforts. Now would you help us as we leave here to remember your love and experience that, and then carry that over to others so that they can experience it too. Thanks for loving us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, y'all watch this. Remember how to blank the screen? The little audience button, little green light at the top right here. Click that. Top right. Right. Do it left. Beautiful. There you go.
Don't have this down. Hang on. That's so funny with that sound.
Yeah, right?
This is like, that's like.
Redo. Renegade. Woo. Oh.
Roman, come here.
Right.
I have a test for you.
Okay.
What does a duck say?
Quack, quack.
What does a dog say?
Woof, woof.
Okay. What does a horse say?
Nay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What does a whale say?
A whale?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we love you. Stack the chairs for us. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Hey guys, we love y'all. We're glad you're on with us tonight. Again, you can always text me prayer requests. We'll see you soon. Bye.